Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. So, today's reading is a little bit different. I've never done a reading like this before, so this is something new for me. This reading is titled, Why Do People Stare at You? And I wanted to do this reading because I feel like people stare at you for a variety of different reasons, and sometimes it's really hard to pinpoint one. So, let's get into why people stare. So I have three piles here for you today, and you are welcome to pick more than one. You are welcome to pick all three, but remember to just please pick with your intuition, okay? I'm gonna give you all a second to pick, and then we're gonna go ahead and get started with pile number one. Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and get started with pile number one. So pile number one, why do people stare at you? So you're in for a treat because I got a stack of tarot cards and I wrote down a whole page of channeled messages. So let's get into this. Hmm. Excuse me. So, pile number one, people stare at you because you have this feisty type of energy. You could be like somebody that is small and petite. So, when you do come off feisty, a lot of people find it cute. So, you could be the type of person, pile number one, that people have told you, like, you're so cute when you're mad, or sometimes it's kind of hard for people to take you serious because of like how attractive you are. So, this is a reason why people stare at you. Another reason why people stare at you is because you are mature, you are fashionable, and you are reserved. So let's look at these channel messages. So I did get small and cute, which we talked about, feisty, but we also have hardworking here. So you're very hardworking. You're somebody who could stick to the books. Like if you are somebody who went to school, like you are somebody that you didn't really party a lot, you did your work, right? So you stick to the books, and people see you as hardworking, and they see that that's paying off. You could have old classmates looking at you, pound number one. I know this is not that type of reading, but I get that you may have people from the past looking at you and they're seeing how much you've accomplished because you stuck to the books. And while it may have been boring, because I'm sure you wanted to have some fun, while it may have been boring, you still got what you needed to get done. And for some of you, could have grew up with strict parents or just parents that you just come from a background of educated people, so they kind of push that onto you, and or you just inherited those traits naturally. Okay, take what resonates here. But that is the reason why people stare at you. Okay, so you also have introverted. So I see you as somebody being a little bit to yourself. So I actually watched this movie a couple of days ago, actually. I forgot what it's called, man, but it's like two best friends team up together and they haven't seen each other in years and they have these superpowers. And I think it's on Netflix. Excuse me. And it's like one of the friends, she was always to herself and she did her work. Like I feel like that's you, pal number one. Like you were somebody that was very, into your work. You're somebody who really likes to read here. And that's why people stare at you. Maybe when you go places, like when you're on vacation, you're somebody who likes to sit by the lake or sit by the beach or just go to the park and like read a book or listen to an audio book. Like you're somebody who's always learning. So you could have some Gemini placements or you could be a Gemini here. Okay. Take what resonates. We also have Saturn return. So some of you could be having your Saturn return. So you could be over the age of 27 here, or you could just be getting into your pre-Saturn return. So you could be 21 here. But take what resonates. And then I had this song that was playing in my head. It's called Tell the World That I'm Coming Home. And I didn't look it up beforehand. I just was writing down these messages. So it is going to be in the description in case you know this song or in case you resonate with it. The next song we got was Fashion Killer by A$AP Rocky and Rihanna. So again, you're fashionable here. That's why people stare. And then I have shy and quiet. So you are reserved, but I do feel like you're extroverted around the right people. Pound number one, I feel like you vibe off of energy. So if you're around people you don't know, but they make you feel comfortable, you are a little bit more extroverted. So you could have half people saying like, this person is really like outgoing, they're funny, they're charismatic. But then on the other hand, you can have people are like, No, this person is very quiet, to themselves, stuck up. You may have people who have that opinion of you, but it's just because you vibrate off energy. So if you're around people who you feel are solid and genuine individuals, you're more likely to be, more relaxed. But when you know you're around negative vibes and haters and ops, you have them boundaries and them walls up. Okay. So that's just how it is. And that's why people stare. The next thing we have is resting bitch face. So you may be somebody who always looks so serious, even though you could be very loving, very funny here, very caring and nurturing, but it's like the way your face looks, people can often misinterpret that as you being mean. I feel like you may have had a lot of people that got to know you and was like, when I first met you, I thought this, but really you were this, Take what resonates. Um, Also, from the look on your face, the message here that you're not to be messed with. So people know that they can't run game on you, like you're not to be messed with, okay? Okay, let me turn off my notification. Okay. So now we have also the message that I was getting for you, this one came up and I don't know, like, I'm not trying to like gas you up too much, pal number one, but I also got Jesus with disciples. So you have this energy, pal number one, of being a leader and a leader with love, a leader with softness. You have this soft power and you make people want to be like you, make people want to follow you and do what you do. So pal number one, you could be prone to like people imitating you or having copycats, but it's just because people are deeply inspired by you. Like people want to move the way you move. Like I feel like you've accomplished a lot, pal number one, because you move in silence, because you follow your heart and you do what you want to do, even if other people may talk shit about it. Like you stay, firm in your goals. You do what you want to do, even if it's not popular. You know that it's going to get you to the next level. Okay. You have this type of energy like 10 of Pentacles, pal number one. You have this 10 of Pentacles where you put in that work and you're going to reap the harvest later on. Okay. And then you also have that you're an overachiever. So maybe you're a type A personality here, pal number one, or you may be type B, but you're somebody who really is about making good grades. So maybe when you were in school, you strive to make straight A's or that A plus, like, or you got that extra credit because you're somebody who just loves to have high scores. Maybe that makes you feel great about yourself, and that's okay because we all want to feel good about ourselves, right? But yeah, like you overachieve in some way, whether it's with your art or whether it's something that you do that you overachieve and maybe it's with your career here, but it's gotten you very far. Okay. I don't feel like you have an unhealthy thing with overachieving. I feel like when you're given too much. So you'll, do what you're supposed to do and take care of yourself because I'm also getting that you're balanced. Okay. A message came through was that you're balanced. Also, the last few reasons why people stare at you here from these channel messages is that you have some secret admirers, pal number one. Like people watch you from afar and they really think that you're beautiful. They really like you. You have some crushes. So if you find certain people staring at you and it seems like it's the same person staring at you, let's say you're on a college campus and you keep seeing the same person, or let's say you're working somewhere and it's the same person at your job that keeps staring at you, or the grocery store, the person that worked there. Like there's so many scenarios. So take what resonates for you. But it's like if you constantly see a person staring at you, you may be misinterpreted as like, why is this person staring at me? Are they hating? Are they sending negative energy? No, it's just that they have a crush and they're too nervous because your energy is quite intimidating, pal number one, just because you don't play. And people know that when they come up to you, they better have something to say because I feel like you pay people dust. You get what you need to get. You don't, if it's not genuine, you're not rocking with it. So people know that they have to come correct. Okay. So those are your channel messages. Let's get into these cards and see why people stare at you. All right. I don't know about you, Pound One, but I don't like people staring at me like that. You may be like that too. That's why it may be aggravating. So let's see. Why do people stare at my Pound Number Ones? Okay. So the first card that we got is stop sleeping so damn much. Wake up. You are missing some cool shit. So I just want you to know if you don't like cussing, that's because these cards actually do. So you may want to turn it down on this part, okay? But these rebel cards and they actually are very blunt, okay? So people stare at you. I don't feel like this is actually literally you sleeping. I feel like people used to sleep on you. So like I was saying, like maybe in the past, if you were somebody who just stuck to the books or did what you were supposed to do and people overlooked you or thought that you weren't fun, now they're looking at you like, wow, I was sleeping on this person the whole time they're climbing their way to the top. I should have been doing the same thing because I would be so much further than I am. So that is what the energy that I'm getting, pound number one, why people stare at you because they were sleeping on you, okay? The next card that we have, you think someone is lying, they are. So yes, pound number one, you are a bullshit detector. That's why people know that they can't come up to you and play with you because you're gonna know. And once you figure it out, you pay people dust. Like you're not somebody who's about to go on social media with it. You're not about to call up everybody and talk about it. You're not about to get a group together to hate that person. You just move on with your life and you just learn from it. And you know that, okay, if I meet a person like this again, this is what I'm gonna do to protect myself and have better boundaries. So you have a very mature mindset, okay? Then you have F fear. It will lie to your face. Okay. So you're somebody who's very brave and courageous. You may have done things that people are scared to do. You know, you may have gotten your degree. People are scared to do that sometimes because they don't think they're capable. But I feel like even if you had doubts and fears, pound number one, you still persevered. Okay. So that's why people stare. The next card that we have is self-love. So pile number one, you've come into this era of your soft person era. You know, you can substitute whatever gender you are, or if you're non-binary here, but it's like you've learned to love and appreciate who you are. I feel like you've had a full circle moment. So that's why I feel like some of you have had your Saturn return because you have gone through those hardships, but you've realized that you've grown and you've learned a lot and it's made you appreciate who you are here. Okay. And people are seeing that you love yourself more. So you set up more boundaries, you have more discernment, and you put yourself first. That's why people stare. The next card we have is love. So people stare because your aura is full of love. You could be somebody who's working on your heart chakra, or you may need to listen to a heart chakra meditation. Wear more green, eat more green foods. Okay, get more plants, get more into your greens. Okay, power number one, that's the message here. Go into nature as well, but it's like you're very loving here. Okay, people may see you in nature. Okay, but also with this music here, people may stare at you because you have a beautiful voice or because you sing beautifully. Okay, so some of you may need to start singing again if you used to sing, okay? But people stare at you because you're full of love and you make other people feel loved. People also could stare at you because you may, excuse me, you speak sweetly, you speak life into other people here because you've done it for yourself, you know how to do it for other people, okay? And didn't I say something about some Gemini energy? Because look, two and two. Okay, so the next card that we have is letting go. So, pile number one, people stare at you because you know how to let go. You know how to keep going. Like, if you deal with a fake person, like you let it go. You're not somebody that's about to hold on to that for years. And I think that that's one thing that people can get intimidated by because you just don't let things slow you down. Like, people may come in on purpose to try to slow you down, but it doesn't work because you're somebody who just keeps going forward. Okay. The next card we have is taking risks. So you've bet on yourself a lot. You may have been scared to try something new. You may have been. I just really get you're very educated here. So you may be working towards a master's degree or a PhD, or these are things you desire. Okay, you know, even if you don't want to get a degree, maybe you just want to expand your knowledge. But it's like you've taken a lot of risks to get to know yourself more, to know what your passions are. And I feel like you found that. I feel like pound number one, you may be in a career right now that you really like, or in the future you will be in a career that you really like because you've taken that time to get to know yourself. Even if it looks risky to other people, you know that this is what you need for your future. Okay, or if you're already in that, all right, you've taken those risks to get to where you are now, so it was worth it. The next card we have is miracle. So people stare at you because it seems like you have one of those stories that could be in a book. Like your upbringing, pile number one, maybe you just come from a very strict family, or some of you could have come from poverty, but it seems like however you grew up, it could have been dysfunctional, regardless of what your background was, whatever your ethnicity here is. Like it seems like it was very dysfunctional, but somehow you grew. You're giving like The Rose That Grew from Concrete by Tupac Shakur. Really good book, you should read it. Okay. And he's a Gemini. So again, Gemini energy. But yeah, and it's two rainbows. So yeah, Gemini energy. So yeah, it's like you have persevered through so much and it just looks like a miracle, but really the miracle is you. You're the miracle. I'm hearing that song by Jhené Aiko, Magic Hour. Okay. So you have that type of energy as well. Okay. The next card we have is wisdom. So you have a lot of wisdom. I feel like you've been through a lot here. You could have gone through a lot, and it's like you've transmuted a lot of your trauma into pain, into power, into fuel to keep you going here. And I feel like people may come to you for advice here, or people may look to you. That's why people want to follow you, because it seems like you have the answer to a lot of people's problems. Like it seems like you're able to figure out things that are like so complex. It's like some, for example, let me give you a metaphorical analogy. So it's like people can come to you and with their problems, like they could give you a Rubik's cube, and it's like you take that Rubik's cube and fix it and show them what it is, what they need to do, what they need to learn. Like you very much give off these psychologist vibes, therapist vibes, okay? Because you do a lot of deep introspection, okay? You know how to help other people do that too. The next card that we have is Saturn. So again, very mature here. Okay. Some of you could have literally had your Saturn return, like I said. The next card we have is Sagittarius. So you could be very philosophical here. So people could really like your wisdom, because the ninth house rules Sagittarius. The ninth house is all about wisdom and education. So again, you're very smart here, very knowledgeable, very wise, and that's why people stare at you. With this Scorpio card, you're mysterious. You don't tell a lot of people everything. I feel like you are reserved. This goes back to you being introverted. Like you know how to mind your business, and it's like you're quiet, but you have this power that emits off of you, it radiates off of you. So even if you're quiet and you don't say anything, people stare at you. You may go places and you notice that you don't say anything, but people keep staring at you. It's just because of your energy here. Scorpio also deals with that magnetic energy. So you may have a very magnetic energy. Okay, maybe a seductive energy here, and that's why people stare at you. You may have many people having a crush on you because you have that seductive energy. Okay. Let's look at our last few cards. So the next energy we have is Pisces. So again, I just heard Jhené Aiko. So you could be a Pisces, or just this could be the energy that draws people in, okay? I feel like you have this very beautiful, like Neptunian energy of love. That's why I felt like it's given like agape. You know how agape is like that beautiful brotherly love. Like you have that love for people. Neptune in the 12th house, you probably have that here. But yeah, there's this beautiful symphony called Agape by Nicholas Britell, and I'm gonna put it in my description. Okay, so you're gonna see all these songs that were channeled. The next card we have is the seventh house. So the seventh house deals with relationships. So again, these are people that stare at you. They want to be in a relationship with you. Okay, for some of you, these are people that have crushes on you. Okay, but again, didn't I say you were balanced? And then it says balance right there. Period. The next card we have is Capricorn. So you're hardworking, and also Capricorn rules Saturn. So again, some of you may be older here. Some of you could be older but still look so good and have a youthful spirit. Some of you here could be late bloomers, okay? Take what resonates. Some of you here could be aging like fine wine, or maybe things are finally coming in. Like some of you have this energy of Tabitha Brown. You know how she talked about things coming in for her a little bit later in life? Maybe that's how things are for you, okay? Take what resonates. Then we have the Four of Wands here. So people stare at you because you're very dedicated. But sometimes people may stare at you because they think you're wifey or husband material. Or if you're non-binary, they just think that you're spouse material, like you're marriage material. Okay. People want to get married with you or settle down with you and have kids with you. And I just feel like you're very picky, like, ah. And I feel like you can provide so much for yourself already. So you're looking for somebody who can match that energy. Okay. The next card we have is the Three of Cups. So people want to take you out on dates. People want to spend time with you and get to know you. But I feel like people want to get to know you so they can be around you, so that they can be taught by you, so that you can give them some of that wisdom to help improve and refine their lives. I feel like people just want to be like you. Like people want to learn how to love themselves and grow into who they are. And you're the perfect person for that. Okay. But be careful of people just, trying to come in to watch how you move to mimic you, because you will have people like that. Pound number one, with this beautiful energy that you have, you will have people who want to come in and mimic you and copy you. So be careful of people like that. When you get a weird vibe, trust that, okay? Trust it. And it's inevitable. Even if these people don't come in, you'll still have people who want to copy you, but it's better for them to copy you at a distance and not be a part of your personal life and your personal journey and knowing personal things about you, okay? Because there's a difference. And then the last card that we have is the Page of Pentacles. So people stare at you because of what you've built for yourself. They seen you plant that seed, and it's like you've watered it and they came back. Some people could have thought, oh, that plant is not gonna grow. So this is an analogy, okay? So your success was the seed that you planted, right? You kept watering it, you kept giving it sunlight, you was changing the pots, you was changing the soil, you was doing everything you could for this plant, and now it's grown into a beautiful garden. And now people are coming back and like, what? The last time I seen it, it was a seed, or it was a little bit of, it was a little bitty. You know how when you first grow something and it comes out like two little leaves? That's what people thought. But it turned out to be this whole garden, and you're reaping the rewards. I feel like right now you may be going through like a Jupiter transit where you're getting a lot of blessings in your life, okay? But that's why people stare at you, part number one. And I want you to keep up the good work, regardless of the haters. Like keep growing, keep glowing, keep flowing, okay? Period. All right, we're gonna go ahead and move on to pile number two. So pile number two, why do people stare at you? So let's look at these messages. So I'm gonna read them. So people stare at you, pile number two, because you're practical, you're grounded, you're confident, you're nonchalant, and you're self-aware. So I've also wrote down some messages, a full page. And I never really write down full pages, but today I just felt like, let me get this out. So the first thing I got from you is Freakum Dress by Beyoncé. So some people may stare at you because of the things you wear. Okay, you may like to wear a little bit more revealing clothing for my ladies, and then for my men here, you may like to show your chest area a lot more. And the same can apply if you're non-binary. Okay, you just like to show a little bit more skin. People stare at you because they think you're sexy. So kind of like pound number one, you have this kind of seductive energy. Okay, and it draws people in. Okay. Um, People stare at you because they like your body. People stare at you because you have a pretty smile here. People stare at you because you see things for what they are. So you have Capricorn energy just like pile number one. So these piles are very similar. So you may have been drawn to pile number one. So if you are, you can watch it after this one, okay? And see how they resonate. So yeah, you have this Capricorn energy, but people could see you as very stable, very established, and they could see you as having a lot of money. Even if you don't have a lot of money, you just seem like you have a lot of money, okay? You have an earthy energy. And the next we have is rooted in reality. So I feel like you're somebody who's very understanding of the world. So you don't really too much get hurt by a lot because you understand, like you have common sense and you understand that it, like for example, let me give you an example. So you know you're somebody who's well established and you know you're gonna have haters. And you know, let's say for example, you had that same hater that tries to say something. You know that why would I get mad every time they say something if I know that they're a hater? So if I know that this person is going to say negative things about me because they don't like who they are, why would I make it about me? Because number one, it's not about me. And two, if I know that they're going to do that, I can't keep getting mad over the exact same thing. So you understand certain things because a lot of people will be in those situations and keep expecting different from the person. And I've done that. Expect different from a hater when they all they're going to do is hate because that's what they're supposed to do, right? You can't expect them to wake up one day and be nice, wake up one day and understand. Like, no, they have problems within. So why would you make it about you? So pile number two, I feel like you have an understanding on a lot of those types of things. Okay. That's why people stare at you. You're very strategic, you're very unbothered. You are very unbothered. I feel like people may try to bother you or get your attention, but it's very hard to get your attention. Pile number two. You know, people get obsessed with you, you know, because you don't care. You don't really give a lot of feedback. Okay. You could be very tight-lipped. You don't really say a lot. Okay. Kind of like pile number one. So these piles are similar. Also, people stare at you. People who did you wrong stare at you because they want you back because they see like how you've changed. So, pound number two, you may not always have been nonchalant. You may have been somebody who was very open and told everybody your business, but you learned like I can't be this type of person because people are going to take from me. People are going to lie on me. People are going to do me wrong. So I can still have loving connections, but let me have them with some self love, some boundaries, some discernment, some self respect, and overall some self awareness. So you've learned how to navigate in friendships and connections better because you've learned how to put yourself first and think about what you need. Okay. So people want you back, like they see you taking care of yourself. It's like once you don't care, people care, but you don't care. So these people don't are not going to get a second chance, nor do they deserve one. Okay. So also, I'm hearing that song by Marvin Gaye. I wrote it down. It's called, I don't know the title, but I know that there's a specific line that says, "It's too late for you to cry." So this basically the gist of the song is like, it's too late for you to do anything. It's over with. So it's kind of like that song that's called "It's Too Late to Apologize." So I feel like you have that energy, and I feel like people mourn you, like as if you were passed away, pound number two, because they know that once they burn a bridge with you, once something ends, they're never going to be able to get back. And they have to watch you from a distance because you just keep improving after every relationship. Like you get beautiful and beautiful, you get more smarter, you get wiser, you get more healthier, you just understand that when it's time to shift, it's time to shift. Like you're very in tune with these seasons, okay? So you also have this vintage energy because I'm also hearing this song called To Be Loved, and I don't know who it's about, but I just know the lyrics are to be loved, and they keep saying it. So you have a vintage energy here. You may be very into like the 1970s and 1950s and 1920s. You may really like the Great Gatsby area or the Harlem Renaissance. Okay, take what resonates. So also people stare at you because you have this ability to overcome harsh situations. You probably like pattern one. You've just been through so much. People trying to tear you down. People always trying to make you feel bad about yourself. But regardless, you keep building yourself back up, and it's the strength that you need to get to where you're trying to go. Okay. You have a lot of mental strength and you're always shifting and changing. Okay. You have a lot of forward thinking and you're also mature, but you're also feeling like you have this balance of the student and the teacher. Like you can learn from people, but also teach people. And you can also have fun, but also get what needs to get done. Okay. And also, you're very connected to yourself, and the amethyst crystal is popping up for you. Maybe you're born in February, maybe you're a Pisces or Aquarius here. Take what resonates. Um, People also want to be on your team. Okay. That's why people stare at you. You also have good taste in travel or good taste in restaurants here. Okay. But yeah, those are the channel messages. I'm trying to see if there's anything else, pound number two. Let me see. Oh, there's a song by Ice Spice, like damn, she in her mood. Like damn, she in her mood. That's pound number two. You have that energy too, okay? So empower and listen, Ice Spice is a Capricorn. So we have Capricorn energy. So that's just, excuse me, resonate even more. Let me get some tea. I like to sometimes drink my tea like this. Okay. Okay, pattern messages. So now we got those channel messages. Let's get into why people stare. So pattern number two, let's see, honey. So number one, then I look, they broke your heart and it says F them. So exactly, people who did you wrong stare at you. So they see that you've changed, you shifted, you're not the same person that they once could take advantage of. Like you look better than ever, you're doing better than ever, you're making more money, everything is just right, and they want to come back in because they see that. But no, it's like people will want to be there at the destination but not at the journey. So tell them to kick rocks, pound number two. If these people ever try to come back, these are not people you need in your team nor in your circle. Okay, okay, take it from me. Okay, we have stop obsessing. You are not the center of the universe. So yeah, you don't really obsess over people and situations like that. Like you're very nonchalant, and that's why people stare at you, because it's like they know that you're not going to be going back and forth over a situation. You're just going to let it go. Okay. You have believe what you see, face reality, or live in la la land. Okay. Choose bravely. Okay. So people know that, just like pound number one, they can't get anything over on you, and you understand things for what they are. Like when you see a pattern, you move accordingly with people. When you see that somebody is using you, you move accordingly. You don't continue to give to somebody who's using you. Like you have self-respect, and like I said, common sense. You have common sense. Okay. So now let's look at these other cards. Let's see why people stare. So the next card that we have is Saturn. So Capricorn energy again. You're mature, okay? And I feel like this can go into you being a little bit stoic, But look, then I say rooted in reality, and it says be realistic. So you're somebody who's realistic, okay? You're not expecting different from what you're already seeing, okay? Mature, wise energy, stable energy. We have the 11th house. So you're somebody who's free, or you have people. Then I say people want to be on your team because the 11th house represents friends, because it says associations, freedom, your circle of friends. So people want to be on your team. That is why they stare at you. People want to have alliances with you because they know that you're powerful and they want to shine with you. You have those types of people who want to work with you, who want to make deals with you. If you have a business here, okay, take what resonates. You have the 10th house. So people stare at you because of who you are in your career. Maybe you're very revealed in your career. Like I said, you know, there could be some career that you want to do that is just like you really fit that role here. Okay. So look, it says success. And I was talking about you Um, I'm getting you and pile number one mixed up, okay? Pile number two. So you and pile number one are very, very much like this is probably two sides of the same coin, okay? Because this is giving the same type of energy from pile number one. But yeah, you're somebody who's successful, okay? You're somebody who's responsible, okay? And you have status here. So people stare at you because you have status. So like I said, you can have a business or someone you could also just like be doing something online here, okay? You could be doing something online to where you make money, where you generate income. So maybe you have like a shop online. Maybe you have some type of business online or maybe you talk online, okay? You may do something online, okay? You may make clothing content. You may be a YouTuber here, okay? That's what I'm getting. You may do something online or technology, okay? Because you have this forward thinking here, okay? Take what resonates. But yeah, there's something that you do career-wise. The next card that we have is the Hierophant. So people stare at you because I feel like you always give fresh new perspectives. That's why I say I feel like you may have a YouTube channel. You may talk about things you learned. You may even do mukbangs, but there's different things that you do where you provide some type of insight that's very much needed. And you may not even know that you're stepping into your calling by doing this, but it's just sometimes like the messenger, like every messenger has an audience, pile number two. And I feel like you are finding your audience, okay, with this 11th house energy. You are finding your audience. And I feel like these messages that you have, like they're very hippie-ish. You could be very hippie-ish here, okay? Round number two. And I feel like you just encourage people to just be at peace, regardless of what's going on around them. The next card that we have is the Eight of Pentacles. So you're very skilled at what you do. So if there's something you do online, some type of business, some type of career you have, some type of job you have, it's like, honey, you're very skilled at it. You're very good at it. And that's why people want to be around you, okay? People want to be on your team with the Three of Pentacles. People want to work with you. Okay. Look, people want to exchange ideas with you. Okay. People want to make business moves with you. Okay. You just have that energy where you're very business minded, very sophisticated. Okay. Take what resonates here. Then we have this amethyst energy, like I was saying, and this card is wonder. So people stare at you because they wonder what it would be like to be your friend, to be in a relationship with you. Like people wonder what you're like because you are very unbothered and stoic, so you don't show too much of your personality here. So very similar to pile number one, like you're reserved. Okay, with this blessings card, it's like you're somebody who brings blessings to other people. So, like I said, you could be doing something and not even realizing it's a part of your calling to help people figure this out. Maybe you're meant to help people grow, mentally through your little talks that you have. Maybe you could be doing like skincare and talking about like positive messages or lessons you've learned, or maybe you do story times, but it's just something that you're going to do, that brings you blessings. And people stare at you because they can see that. People stare at you because they can see that you're destined for more. People stare at you because they know you have star quality. They know you have the light. You see this bird? They know you have a light. Okay. And it's like things are look, these flowers are blooming and blossoming. So people are staring at you because they know that it's your turn. They know that, good things are coming towards you. Okay. If they haven't already came. And people stare at you because you are a blessing. Okay. You literally are a blessing. Your energy is so infectious, power number two, and you just really you make things better for people just energetically. You have that type of energy to you, okay? Then you have adventures here. So you're very fun. Like I said, like you always know the good places to go when it's time to travel. Like you just have that, that vibe, like that good you have a Taurus energy too. So you could be a Taurus here or have that dominant in your chart. Like you're good with food, music, arts, fashion, stuff like that. So it's giving pound number one. But you see this water, so people stare at you because your energy is very cleansing. It's like your energy is like a humidifier or an aroma diffuser. Like you just know how to diffuse situations. Literally, look, peacefulness. People stare at you because you're very peaceful. Okay. You can have a very nice home as well. That's why people stare at you. Maybe when you record, if you are a YouTuber, you record your home. Also, you could be somebody who really likes animals. And also, I feel like you're somebody who may be very close to God. Just because we got all these birds here. We got three cards with birds on it. Okay. Okay, the next card thing we have is strength. So people stare at you. Maybe you actually have physical strength. Like people, like for my men, maybe women see your muscles and they really like that. Okay. And if you're non-binary and if you're a woman, the same thing goes. Like people can see that you work out, they can see your muscles here. Okay. But also people can see the strength, the things that you've overcome, like I said. We have ideal partnerships. So people stare at you because they wonder what it would be like to date you. Like pile number one, you are marriage material. You see that? But you also may like to, you may be French here because you look at the wine and cheese. You may want to travel to France, or you may be living in France right now. So that's why people stare at you. Maybe they see when you post pictures the location of where you're at. Okay. Or maybe you're just someone who just likes to be, likes wine and cheese, but also this is given like a classy energy or rich energy. So, like I said, people may think you have a lot of money here, but also people stare at you because you are classy. Okay. Okay. So again, we have Capricorn. So hardworking. And the 10th house is ruled by Capricorn as well. So yeah, you very much work hard in your career, and that's why people stare at you. Okay. Or you just have this reputation of being a hard worker. Okay. The next card we have is Jupiter. So, like I said, very knowledgeable, expanding other people's mindsets. Then we have Aquarius energy. So this is good paired together. Sag and Aquarius, Jupiter and Saturn, those types of energies. Knowledge but discipline. So I feel like you're very you have like a futuristic way of thinking. You could be doing something like online. I really get that you do something online that reaches a lot of different people, because Aquarius is like about the collective. So I feel like you do something that reaches the collective here. You can spread knowledge to the collective, or you might not even know that maybe you need to start spreading more knowledge to the collective. Even if you feel like you're not going to get that many views, like try it out. You never know. You never know what you can do until you try. Pound number two. So that is your reading. Thank you for coming. Please comment down below. Let me know what resonated. Thank you. We're going to move on to the last pile number three. So last but not least, pile number three, why do people stare at you? Okay. We don't read these 10 messages. Okay. So first, people stare at you because you're very dreamy, or you may have been in these people's dreams. Okay. But you had this very intuitive energy. I feel like pile number three, you may like lucid dream, or you may be very interested in like astral projection, because you have this energy where you can do stuff like that, like have out of body experiences. But I would just advise you, being careful when you do that, because it is weird entities and low vibrational beings out there. So I would devise some protection when you do that. But I just get that you know how to move through different realms and you may not even know it. Okay. It's kind of giving like Maze Runner vibes. Okay. But also you like to daydream, and that's why people stare at you. You are plant-based. You could be vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, whatever it is, or you could just have like a unique diet where maybe you eat a little bit of meat, but you still eat plant-based. Take what resonates. You really like holistic health, so herbal health. You really like doing yoni steams, or just taking sea moss and vitamins, and just taking good care of your hair, skin, and nails, and just you're somebody who's very interested in like biology and science in the body. People stare at you because they can tell that it's paying off, or you may put this stuff online, or this knowledge online, or you may have your own plant-based vegan company. Okay. You've been through a major glow up. Okay. You have healed, and you are still healing from your past, and you're learning to accept your body. Okay. So pound number three, that is why people stare at you. So let's get into even more reasons. So number one, I'm hearing Jill Scott, Living My Life Like It's Golden. So that could be a song that resonates. We just talked about you being plant-based. Some of you could be interested in being like a doula or a midwife, or you could be pregnant right now and you're looking for an alternative to being in the hospitals. Maybe you want to have a home birth, a water birth here. Take what resonates. Okay, some of you could be spiritual or religious here, or a combination of both, because I'm getting this Pisces energy. So people may stare at you because they can see that you move with the intention of your spirituality or of your religion, like you're very devoted. So people see that you're very devoted to that. Okay. People can see that you get things done and you let go of the past. People can see that you're consistent. Okay. That's why people stare at you. People can see that you've moved on from an addiction, a toxic relationship, a toxic friendship, a toxic job, or a toxic family situation. Like people are seeing the aftermath and the healing of you getting away. So people are starting to realize that the problem was the people or the person that put you through that. Like people are starting to see why you left this person, or why you cut this person off, or why something fell off because of that other person. Okay. Pound number three. So if you've been blaming yourself for a situation that happened between you and somebody else or you and a group of people, it's time to understand that it was not about you. Like, you are never responsible for other people's mistreatment of you. Okay. A Young Van Zant said that. She said it very powerfully. You are never, and I'm not going to quote it verbatim, but I can paraphrase and say that she said, you are never responsible for other people's mistreatment of you. Okay. Pound number three. I don't know who need to hear that, but I feel like you do. Because I feel like you come from just toxicity and all you were doing was trying to love people. Okay. So let's get into these messages still. So you're very determined. So like I said, very consistent. When you want to do something, you do it. You people are staring at you because you're having new beginnings in your life. You are getting a lot. You're getting a lot of your blessings that you thought that God forgot about. You thought Spirit forgot, but you're really getting that now. Okay, people stare at you because they think you're beautiful. Not only are you externally beautiful, but you're internally beautiful. You might want to watch that reading on my channel. What makes you internally beautiful? You may resonate. Okay. You may have gone on a weight loss journey. It could have also been a weight gain journey. Maybe you wanted to gain weight, okay, and you're finally accepting your body, and people can see this shift, and that's why they stare at you. You're highly intuitive, highly spiritual here. That's why people stare. But you also have this very fiery energy. Like, you're very passionate about the things you want to do. Like, you're no longer letting fear hold you back. Like, you have this phoenix energy where you've transformed and rose from the ashes. And that is why people stare. You probably used to be the underdog or the person people didn't believe in. This energy, pattern number three, is giving me the chosen one. So you may be the black sheep in your family or the person that people kind of counted out, but it's like, somehow, some way, you don't even look like what you've been through. Okay, you look very good. You have your things in order. God is continuing to bless you because much is required, much is given. So you've had to go through so much, but you're still somebody with a good heart. Okay. But yeah, let's get into why people stare. Pile number three. All right. First and foremost, it is your light. When you are chosen, you do have this light to you. And it's like, some people can be healed in your presence, inspired, motivated to do better, while other people can feel jealous and you just ignite those shadows and things that they need to heal. And while it may kind of come off as like this double-edged sword, it is a beautiful thing because you are helping that person that feels inspired, and even the person that can feel envious of you and jealous of that light. They have the opportunity to ask themselves, like, why do I even feel like this? Where is this feeling coming from? And then they can get to the root of that and be able to heal that. So sometimes it may be hurtful when you have people that react to you like that, but it's for them. It's for the best. Okay. You have to just learn how to not let that hurt you, because again, people's mistreatment, their shadows are never about you. Okay. Let's get into it. So why do people stare at my pile number one, Spirit? So number one, it says, what the hell are you waiting for? Get that done. If you are waiting for a sign, here it is. So you got a lot of things done. You've committed yourself to things, whether it was being vegan and letting go of meat, whether it was your weight loss journey, whether it was your weight gain journey, whether it was letting go of a relationship, whether it was letting go of an addiction. You can fill in the blank, take what resonates, but you were able to get it done. Regardless of the naysayers and the people that didn't believe in you, you believed in yourself, and it's how you got to where you are, okay? It says time to let go. So yes. And it says move on. Move the con. So yes, you've let go and you've moved on. And it's like, maybe you have exes from your past that are like, oh my God, I can't believe you moved on. And like I said in the beginning, I feel like people are starting to recognize how they were the problem. I feel like you could have had a lot of people make you think that you were the problem, but it was them, because they're seeing how you're doing so much better without them. Then we have, you're the don't forget it. So people are staring at you because they can see this glow up. They can see this confidence. They can see that you love yourself and that you know yourself. First and foremost, people can see that. That is why people have been staring at you. I feel like people have been staring at you via social media. Check your people you may know. It may be people lurking from the past. Block them. Okay. For Instagram too, because Instagram will show you that. So let's see. Why do people stare? So we have vitality. So this is about health. So you take care of your health here. I feel like you take care of all your health, your academic health, your physical health, your mental health, your spiritual health, your emotional health, your financial health, your reproductive health. Okay. You take care of a lot of your health, your sexual health. There's so many different healths. You take care of yourself. Okay. And people can see that, and it makes them want to take care of themselves. Like, you know what I'm hearing by it's by Nicki Minaj, and it was like she was like, they see you doing good, and now it's kind of hard to dish you. So it's like pound number three, people from your past, like they see because they're coming through. Okay, I'm not even trying to pick up on this, but I'm feeling it. Okay, so I have to say it, and it's like they're coming through because it's like this. Wow, like this person really did that because I feel like you had a lot of people who were egotistical and they just felt like you needed them to thrive, but you've done it all on your own, okay? You're very strong here, okay? And you take care of your health and it shows, okay? Okay, so we have gratitude. So people stare at you because they see how thankful you are. You may be somebody who constantly posts and says, I'm so grateful. Or you just may be around people and that's one of the first things you say. Like people see your gratitude, people see how grateful you are, you know? That's why people stare at you because, gratitude leads to more blessings. And the more thankful you are, the more spirit gives you to be thankful for. So I feel like you're a manifester, and that's why people stare at you. Also, you could be somebody who's very clean, and people stare at you because you always smell really nice or you just smell really fresh, you know, all the time. Okay. Then we have connection here. So people stare at you because, like I said, they can see that you have this spiritual or religious devotion, and people can see that in your actions in your everyday life. Okay. So why else do people stare? So Leo, people stare because you have this confidence, okay? People stare at you because you're very creative. You could be very creative in the way that you dress, like in the way that you style yourself, in the way that you have your home. You have Sagittarius energy. All these piles have had that type of energy. So I feel like all of y'all are coming into this time of more wisdom and knowledge. Okay. So I'm proud of all three of my pals. If you make it to this, just know. Okay. Because I don't know if you're going to watch all three. I know some people do, but if you don't, it's okay. So yeah, with the Sagittarius here, you're free spirited, and then Sagittarius and Leo are fire signs. So again, you're very fiery. You could be a Sagittarius or a Leo. You have a lot of fiery energy, but again, you're the light. You're the light. Leo is what? The sun, right? So again, you're that light, and we have a lot of light cards to show that. Okay. So why do people stare? So we have Scorpio. People can see that you transform from some type of darkness, some type of addiction. Maybe you heal from the death of a loved one, okay? Maybe you had a child that passed away, like whatever it is, like you're healing from that. And people can see your journey and your process, okay? You've resurrected yourself, okay? With the Four of Swords, you stay to yourself more. Like you're somebody who you may meditate a lot, and people can see that about you, that you're more calm. People can see that they can't really get to you anymore. Okay, all these pals are linked. So this is giving pound number two a little bit. So if you were drawn to pound number two, pound number three, you may need to watch a little bit of it because some of it may resonate. Okay. But people can see that you stay to yourself and you take care of yourself and focus on you. You may have people that try to call you selfish, but you're not. I feel like you've been too selfless. So now it's time to be self full and focus on you. The next card that we have is Four of Pentacles. So people can see that you're creating a foundation for yourself. People can see that even if you don't have a lot of help and you're just doing it alone, like I feel like people are like, oh, well, I have this. What do you have? You're like, you know what? Even if I just have that, I'm gonna work with what I have. And I feel like that's what happened. You worked with what you had. While you have people here who could have shared with you, who could have gave to you, they want to stare and hate and compare. But guess what? God still blessed you. You were still able to get through whatever you were going through and elevate. And now look, you've built this foundation, so people stare at you because you've built the foundation all on your own, even without their help. Okay. Look, because you see, look, they trying to take the pinnacles from you, but look what you got now. Nine. They got four, you got nine. You got five more on them. Four plus five is nine, but that five represents that change. So people are staring at you because of that. Then you have these two fours here, that's stability. People stare at you because they can see that. They can't say anything about you because you have it going on. Pile number three, like you have your shit in order. They can't say anything. Your bills are paid, you're looking good, you're taken care of. Like you don't have anything to worry about. Okay, you don't have anything to worry about. With this Nine of Pentacles, you're looking good, you're looking fabulous, and that's why they stare. So like I said, I feel like this is happening through social media. We have transformation. So people are staring at you because they can see that you act different, you talk different, you walk different, your aura is different. Pile number three. because you've let go of so much that didn't serve you. You let go of a lot of old weight. Like the image that I'm seeing for you, pound number three, is if you've ever watched the Studio Ghibli anime movie titled Spirited Away. I actually have it on one of my thumbnails on a reading titled What Are People Realizing About You? And you may resonate with that. I know I'm plugging my readings, but you may resonate with that one if you haven't already seen it. What are people realizing about you? But it's like in the movie, like there was this dragon that came in, but we didn't know it was a dragon. You wouldn't have known it was a dragon because it had all that blob, all that gunk. And it was like once it was washed off, it flew up in the sky and it was beautiful. It was a beautiful dragon, kind of like how Haiku is one of those big dragons. It was a big dragon, and we wouldn't have known that it was beautiful had it stayed in all that mud. So once it took that bath and cleansed itself and let go of that, it was able to soar. So I feel like that's metaphorical of what you had to go through, pound number one. I didn't mean to say pound number one. You may resonate. But pound number three, like I feel like you have let go of so much. You've cleansed, you've detoxed. So you literally could have detox. Some of you could have went to rehab here or whatever it is. Take what resonates, okay? Because if that's not your situation, don't take offense to it. Don't take it personal, okay? I'm just reading what I'm feeling, all right? But it's like you've let go of something heavy, and you were able to grow from it, okay? See that rose? You grew from it. Look, you grew from it. You see these flowers? You grew. With this love card being here, people can see that you have love for yourself. But it seemed like despite what you've been through, you still love people. Okay? People can see that you still have a loving energy. And it says a lot about you. Okay. The next card that we have is inner peace. So people know that you're focused on your peace, but again, that's that Pisces energy. Look, Pisces. So you are very spiritual here, okay? People can see that. And some of you may be tarot readers here. Some of you may be psychic, and people are starting to realize like things you've told them in the past are true. So that's why they're staring at you. So that's why people could be staring at you through social media. You may do tarot readings, okay? You may have a Patreon, okay? Look, and then I say like accepting the body. So we have like naked bodies right here. You see that? Let's see if we have any other pictures like that. Okay, yeah. The body, accepting the body. And we have Virgo and Pisces, which represents like this opposition because they're sister signs. So you could have learned how to balance out this opposition that you had within yourself. And that's why people stare at you. You know, Virgo represents the healer. So you've been able to heal yourself and you are healing, okay? With this Venus card, people are staring at you because you're beautiful, but you're accepting your body more, okay? Because when you look at the painting of Venus by Botticelli, it's actually, you know, a naked woman. So you are accepting your body more. Maybe you have trauma with your body and you're learning to love your body and listen to your body, okay? So that's why people stare at you. And then with this Aries card as your last card, people stare at you because you've triumphed. Like you literally have all fire signs. Like for real. Let me show you this. Let me show you this, okay? Because you have two water signs. You have Pisces and Scorpio, okay? You have some Earth. You got Virgo, okay? Venus is ruled by Taurus, so that could count, okay? But we got Libra, so some air, okay? But you got mostly fire, right? Because we got Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. So you are light. And I just feel like you have this energy of just like this is the energy you're in. Like you can finally just relax and let your hair down, you know? But, you know, it's not to say that, you know, a lot won't come, but I just feel like you've accepted and you've understood your assignment here on earth, and you know your purpose. And I feel like people can see that. It's undeniable, okay? This light is undeniable. You have all fire. You're very passionate. It's undeniable, okay? People are staring at you because they can see this. They can see how you went from being the shy person in the room to one of the most confident, okay? So be proud of that, pound number three. But yeah, that was your reading, and I hope that you resonated with it. Please comment down below. Let me know how you feel. And thank y'all so much for just supporting me on my tarot journey. Like I literally started with just like 45 subscribers. Now I'm almost at 1K. So I want to say thank y'all for getting me there. I appreciate y'all. And to all my new subscribers, thank you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. You're my flower babies. Welcome to the Flower Baby Gang. Thank you.